should really be using my pinpointer, but a bit noisy here today. So let's try and come out of that. Yeah, I think it's out. So look at that. And here it is, what came out from that hole. And the object here, probably to 2p, yeah. Let's have a look. You know, they have some quite collectible 2-pence coin. It says new pence at the very top, and I believe it's, if it's the year 1983, so it could be quite collectible, so you should always keep an eye. Yeah, this one is a new pence, yeah. Sometimes they come with 2 pence and new pence. And I believe if the year is 1983, it could be quite collectible. And I can just about see the date there, 1971. So that's not the case here. But anyway, keep an eye for keep an eye for 2 pence or new pence. There you go. And it looks like I have a coin in that hole there. Can you see it? Just zoom in. It's the best moment, really, when you know you have found something, but you don't know what that is. Although you know it's a coin, but you don't know yet what the coin is. It's a 1p. Well, even if it's a 1p, it's still a coin. So that's my, I think that's my very first coin from Gibraltar. $1998. So that's a new one for my collection of coins. And as I was looking to my right here, I could spot another coin there. I don't know whether you can see it. It's over there. Good. That's from this country, and dates 2015. I think I might have a really good find here. I could be wrong, as it can happen, but again I could be right. Can you see it? Sorry about the background noise. It looks like a post-medieval coin, possibly rose farthing. The reason I'm saying that is because of the size and because of the thickness of the coin. Can you see it? How thin it is? Honestly, I can't see a thing there, but this little coin here has potential. And hopefully I should be able to identify this little beauty here in a few seconds, hopefully. Let me step away from the edge of the water. Difficult to see, isn't it? It's definitely a coin. I would say 89% it's a rose farthing of Charles I, or maybe James I. So we are talking about 17th century, so early 1600s coin. So what's your thoughts here? Again, it could be a very, very small token, but I'm inclined to say that this is a rose farthing. So I'm banging on and on about this, but you know, it's just a joy when you find something like this, which you can tell that it has age to it, and you don't know what it is, so the mystery behind it makes the find more special, I would have thought. Anyway, I should be able to give you a proper identification later on, but what a great find. Although this coin lookalike hasn't been identified yet by the finds liaison officer, my research gave me comparison to not a coin but a token. It could be a James Allen St. Catherine's, London, dating 1664 or 1666. I couldn't find an exact match online though. I will keep you posted. And thank you, by the way, to Nigel and Mac at 17th Century Trade Tokens Facebook group. In this period, trade tokens were only issued between 1649 and 1672. The death of King Charles I and the beginning of the English Commonwealth ended the royal prerogative to strike coins. It, therefore, was no longer a treasonable offence to create tokens. Although King Charles II took the English throne in 1660, no new small change was struck until 1672. Upon that date, trade tokens were theoretically made illegal again, certainly in respect of creating new ones, although it took years before existing ones were completely removed from circulation. That has been here for a while. It could be a bullet, or it might be other things. So the only way to find out is to investigate. And nothing better than coming down to the river and hopefully see what it is. So once you don't know, you know what to do, don't you? Put it in your bag and then go home. And in this particular case here, anyway, I'll keep it posted. Right, I have a mystery find here. I love mystery finds. As you can see, there is something written there. So, what could that be? Is that the fleur-de-lis? The reverse seems to be blank. Nothing there, I don't think. Anyway, I'm gonna take this home. Right. I have a little coin there somewhere. In my pointer again. 1 second. See it? Yeah. So we're going to find out what this coin is together. It could be an older coin because I saw some nice patina there. Patina sometimes is telling you that the coin could be old. See a bit there. Well, it's not recent. It's not very old. It's a George V halfpenny portrait there. Not in very good condition, well preserved. But you know, it's a 100-year-old coin, so. George V. So we're talking about 1910 to 1936, when he died in January 1936. And then the Prince of Wales at the time became King Edward VIII. Immediately after his death, but towards the end of that year, 1936, he abdicated the throne in December, I believe, and then immediately his brother David became King George VI. But George VI was coronated in the following year, 1937. So anyway, here's a George V coin. So let's find out the date, which should be here under Britannia. But I will only be able to find out by doing electrolysis. There you are. Now, look at this object. Looks like it's wood. So, kind of an artwork. You see it? I think it's a person bending over. And then, it's another person. You can turn it upside down. Bending over as well, and here is the base, I suppose. Let me show you again. So that's the base, I suppose. So it's that, if you turn it upside down, you would look at it like this. Let me just make it a wide angle lens so you can see it. Look how interesting. That's a very cool find. Look at that. It's probably been damaged or broken here and there. But it's fascinating, kind of. Yeah, can you see that? That's a woman. And looks like the other is a man. So a man and a woman forming like an artwork made by someone. It is very interesting. And it's fully wood made, I believe. Probably oak. So it's now going to a new home. Looking for any maker's mark or anything really. There you go. Right, probably my find of the day today. I posted a few photos of this object in the Thames Foreshore Finds Facebook group. Let me read to you some of the comments. It looks African. I used to have a similar looking stone version. Think it's known as a lover's knot. It's African rosewood. Looks African to me. Grew up on that continent. If I had to guess, I would go for Central Africa area and incorporated the symbol for eternity. I would bet the artist dedicated it to a relationship that failed and sent it to sleep with the fish. Looks similar to souvenir sculpture I saw for sale on my last African trip. Possibly someone's ceremonial offering, maybe a fertility offering. You will be having children now, Tobias. Thanks, Sci-Finds. Anyway, the verdict is open. If you have any comments, please feel free to comment below. Thank you very much. This weekend we celebrate the Armistice Day, Latin for Stand Still Arms. Armistice was an agreement to end the fighting of the First World War as a prelude to peace negotiations. It began at 11 a.m. on the 11th day of the 11th month in 1918 when the war ended. The red poppy came to symbolize the blood shed during battle. Poppies were a common sight, especially on the Western Front. They flourished in the soil churned up by fighting and shelling. In the UK, we celebrate Armistice Day by wearing a red poppy, and here is mine of 2023. So it's a badge that I can wear on my jacket. And talking about badges, I have a few military badges here, all being found on the foreshore of the River Thames throughout the years. And I'm going to start with this one here, because if I'm not wrong, this was probably one of the very, very first finds that I had from the foreshore, which is a military badge of the Royal Army, and it's a cap badge, and it says Fid et Fiducia, meaning in faith we trust. So it's a special find. Next one is a Regiment Royal Engineers, and the monogram GR standing for George Rex, and in between the number 6 for George the 6th, within crown garters surrounded by a laurel wreath. And an interesting point to make is that the purpose of the badges was to identify information about the individual quickly. In particular, the rank held, so all servicemen could respond accordingly to military rules when they met a higher, equal, or lower rank. With time, however, metal badges were soon found to be impractical in the trenches. It was quickly learned that anything shiny could glint and attract enemy attention. Cloth versions were eventually introduced, and they are still used nowadays. And you might wonder how and why these military badges ended up on the foreshore. Why so many of them? Why do we find them on the foreshore? A fellow mudlark posted in her Instagram a possible explanation for that. So I'm going to end the video and give you a chance to actually read what she says.